Hey guys, it's Pearl
and Serene.
and we are excited because we're talking about a couple of new products that are coming soon, and Cyber is coming up, so it's going to be the perfect time to drop, right?
We want to tell you about a new exciting supplement that we're doing through Trim Healthy, which is our Lean Builder Muscle Support.
Actually, a couple of supplements. They're both in the lean line because that's what they do to you. But let's talk about Lean Builder.
Let me talk about Lean Builder. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Because I'm all about that. Lean Builder was created to help your body build and maintain lean muscle, improve strength, and support your recovery without creating that bulk we don't want or water weight, right?
Yeah, and the key ingredient is RIP factor.
Sounds
and
great.
That's a clinically studied blend of East Indian globe thistle. You might not have heard about it, but we've been studying this for a while, right? And mango tree bark extracts. And human studies, not rat studies here, people, show that it helps burn body fat while improving muscle strength at the same time. That's almost impossible.
And muscle size and your endurance. We also included organic ashwagandha root extract, another research-backed adaptogen known to support muscle performance, lower body fat, we all love that, and reduce stress levels that can sabotage your results.
Okay, when it comes to lean muscle products, you hear a lot about creatine, right? But a lot of people use harsh creatine forms. Well, Lean Builder contains creatine hydrochloride, which is a gentler, more digestible version for women. And this...
Because what are we all worried about? Bloating. I'm always worried about bloating. Is this going to bloat me? Is this going to bloat me?
Yeah.
Not our lean energizer
Yeah.
or a muscle builder.
Creatine is known to bloat some people, but this is a form that doesn't bloat you. So the result is a clean, effective formula that works with your body's natural systems to help you train smarter. You guys, we're all together, right, with training. We're doing our strength training now, and to recover faster and to build strength that you can feel and you can see.
And whether you're lifting weights or whether you just walk or you're just staying active at home, muscle isn't just for athletes, right? It's one of the best ways, as we've been teaching on our podcast and in our new book, to support your metabolism, for bone health and for healthy aging. Lean Builder helps you do all of this safely and naturally.
So Lean Builder, everybody, it is coming, and it is your science-backed, body-kind way to become stronger and leaner for life. But that's not all in this Lean series.
We're thrilled to introduce you to another part of our new Lean line, and that is Lean Energizer. Created to ignite your metabolism naturally and keep your energy steady all day, right? We don't want all those crash and burn. We want the steady energy. Lean Energizer, it's powered by Slender Core, okay? And that is a clinically studied blend of turmeric, curry leaf, and moringa extracts. Not just moringa powder like our greens, but moringa extracts. Very potent.
And research shows, I'm just going to butt in, research shows this combination, so they're synergistic, helps your body burn more calories and improves overall composition. It even encourages, get this, stubborn white fat. That's like adipose tissue, right? To act more like brown fat.
We want the brown fat.
Brown fat is your active kind of fat. You want like
it
fat,
easily
brown
gets turned
fat.
into energy.
Yeah.
Does the brown fat. We also paired Slender Core with metabolism-friendly botanicals like green tea, cinnamon bark, and ginger root, each backed by science to support healthy blood sugar, boost fat conversion, and enhance thermogenesis, your body's natural heat-burning process, which we all want more of.
Yeah. So you'll also, we have packed this, guys. You'll also find grains of paradise extract. Ever heard of that? No? Let's tell you about it. It has been shown in human studies, once again, to help turn stored body fat into energy ready tissue. And so the result is a smooth, steady lift without the jitters, without the crashes or artificial stimulants or medications. You know, if that's not your thing, then this is your thing.
Right. And Lean Energizer, I'm just going to butt in once again. We're both so excited about this. It supports balanced fat loss, steady energy, and healthy metabolism for your real life, whether that means you're having a workout or you're just in a busy family day or just keeping focus throughout your afternoon at the office. It's science and it's nature working together to fire up your metabolism and steady your blood sugar the trim healthy way.
Yeah, so lean energizer, lean builder, they're going to ignite your lean body mass, ignite your burn, and keep your energy clean, steady, and strong.
This is The Poddy with Serene
And Pearl.
Get it right, Poddy.
Poddy people, it's the Trim Healthy Podcast with Serene, Pearl, and Danny V, and the crew. Fellas, welcome as always, and ladies, how you doing?
Fellas got a shout out.
I love good old Mikey and JD.
Yeah, Nate
Nate's
the other
on
fella's
vacay.
not here today. I told Danny I'm like I got some good news. My husband, Mr. Straight Pants.
Oh yes,
I've shared many things about his health over the years. He started out, well, genetically they have high blood pressure in their family. But as he's gotten older, my husband's 69, 15 years older than me. The last 10 years, they monitored him for I don't know what it's called. It's an aorta.
something or other.
Aortic fibrillation.
Yeah, that plus. It's like a benign
now 'cause your father.
but I
Yeah.
don't remember the
Yeah,
jolly name.
yeah.
All I know is they monitor him.
Yeah.
And
He keeps a sticky on?
No, he has to go in and get monitored to
Okay.
see if it's worsening.
Okay.
Well, it's never gotten better, but he's one of those blessed ones, I believe, because of lifestyle, and the way he
And his wife.
eats
Just
when
blessed
I
of his
feed
wife.
him.
Just your presence.
No, when I feed him, that helps. But most people after the age of 65 start losing kidney function, and he monitors that too with his anti-aging hormone doctor. He's been on testosterone for a while, and this is doctor's not concerned, but it shows that he is aging and his kidneys is aging. So I'm like, okay, honey, let's look into this. So I looked, I'm peptide. I love peptides. It's going to be the new way of medicine. I looked into this peptide called SS31. And I thought, well, hey, yeah, this is going to be great for my husband. So he started on that. And I don't know if it's that or he's played more golf this year. He had his time of working out, Dan. But these things
Had his
don't
time,
improve.
meaning he doesn't do it anymore?
For a while, and I believe he's coming back because my son and family have
I just looked
moved.
at my yellow paper because I want to write some things down. It says, stop saying yeah.
I've got to get back to that, okay?
Okay.
It's a good one. I need to explain that. Anyway, he just called me today, and I was having such a bad day. I'll tell you why. And he's like, honey, the doctor just told me that my aorta problem, whatever it was called, is like improved. He's like, they don't even want to see me for a couple of
Yay
years.
for Charles bucks.
I'm like, what the heck? What is he doing? And I thought, that SS31 peptide also is good for the heart. I'd read that. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's, he's aging. Like he's almost 70 and yet something like that can improve.
That's awesome.
How? We can get better as we age, people,
Oh, yeah, we
despite
can.
genetic things or whatever.
I think doctors can't make this claim, but is it somewhat true that good hormone therapy prevents like old person problems and diseases?
Oh, yeah. Also, we all have a date where we will pass from this world. But going down to that date, I believe, can be something called fantastic aging.
Yeah, and you know what?
And-
So basically, the point is look into peptides.
Yeah, I'm not going
There
to
are
come on
peptides for
here
nearly
and
everything.
just say, you must take peptides because, oh my goodness. It's like personal choice ingredients.
Yeah.
Foods, like we say, hey, someone on plan may love that. Maybe it's not for someone else. Peptides, not just GLP-1s and
But
things
BBC
like that.
157
Yes,
and all
of
kinds
those.
of.
Serena and I aren't experts on them, but I just want to say kind of publicly, we do delve into them. We love them, and this
And
is
we don't
the way
get a
of the future.
kickback from anything.
No,
so we're not
nothing.
not receiving anything.
Anyway, since we're in the
We
banter,
don't get secret
on
facial
your-
surgeries
I
because
wrote-
we get kickbacks from
Yeah.
peptides.
we don't get kickbacks from doctors either. Hey, Serena, I wrote that.
Yes. Yeah, because I want to write, like, oftentimes, instead of interrupting Pearl, now I'm trying
Yeah.
to get into the mojo of just writing out what I'm going to say, and then I can just wait for my good old turn. And Pearl's handwriting on my pad, it says, stop saying yeah.
Okay, now JD, you will feel this. Sometimes Serene if you listen back to the Poddy, which you never do,
never do.
all the way through,
Why would
because
I
you
do
are
that?
so empathetic.
Yeah.
And when someone is saying something, you love to feel everything and agree and encourage them with what they're saying. So all through the Poddy, in the background is, yeah, 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 mm-hmm, yeah. Like they're speaking. JD's nodding his head.
off his chest.
And you were doing it so
didn't
much with Jordan
realise.
Rubin last week.
Really?
Every second. And I'm like, he's going to have to try and edit it out. It's all the way through.
I
and I just
appreciate
said,
it. Stop saying yeah. Well, let me
yeah.
try that today,
You
shall
whisper, yeah.
we? I don't know. It must be just some unconscious,
Yeah.
instinctual groaning.
I had a guy
No,
that
you're just agreeing so much.
I had a guy that I interviewed monthly, and as I was asking questions, he would stare at my mouth and go,
Ooh.
For people
and
not
then he would answer me.
watching,
It was unconscious.
Yeah.
Danny's just like mouthing, like he's mouthing what you're saying. Or
Yeah, but it's
I don't
hardly
know.
recognizable as words.
I don't know if he
either.
was like practicing what he was going to say, or it's just it was an unconscious thing.
Yeah, was
People
he?
have it.
He was all in the right mind. He had all his marbles.
No, really smart
Yeah.
guy.
Serene, you have all your marbles. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't muttering different little shapes.
No,
from
it was just empathy.
You want to know what's in my smoothie?
Yes, because this is your fat gain smoothie.
We talk to a lot of people. Not everybody is trying to
Shed
lose
fat.
weight. We're all trying to get to our healthy weight. Some people have to gain.
Hmm.
So, in my smoothie, my gainer is usually I like to do the raw whole milk, but this time I turned it into kefir. So, you got to do the good
Full
bugs.
fat kefir from your
fat
cow?
from the cow, A2. Yeah. So I have full fat kefir, a good amount, probably a cup and a half. 3 egg yolks, right? Pasture
I
raised
can't
egg
do
yolks.
them, but sure, go ahead. I love you.
About quarter of a cup. I didn't measure, but it looked like a massive handful of raw pumpkin seeds.
Okay,
I would
liar,
like
you
to
told me
spread-
half cup because you were
Well,
exaggerating
it looked
to your
like
sister.
half cup, but I don't want to freak these people
Why not the
out.
whole egg?
Oh, because you don't want to have raw egg white.
Why?
That should be cooked. It has avidin in it. So
What if it's
If you ever want to do like, Rocky
okay here and
Rocky
there, the
Balboa, you know how he
mayonnaise,
like puts eggs down his throat? It should be just the yolk
anyway,
if it's raw.
let me continue. Like
Okay.
massive amounts of pumpkin seeds. I'd like to have sprouted them, but I didn't get the time.
What's your carb? You got to have a carb if you're
Just
going to...
wait.
Okay.
Mrs. Freak out. And then I had protein. I did collagen, optimized collagen, and I did whey, pristine whey. And then I had a cup of organic pineapple and about 4 tablespoons of goji berries. And a honey
Nice.
raw
does
honey.
this taste tropical or like
Tropical
Can
and
she just-
gorgeous.
can
and
I not
everything.
drink a
Oh, it
your
has
straw?
colostrum in it too.
Can I not drink from your straw and just taste
Yeah,
it?
but it's so thick you won't even get it
Just-
out. Drink from the straw, sister.
Okay, but I do sip from your cups all the time. It's not just usually a straw.
but the straw is
go.
like a focused
even bring it
bacterial,
up.
Just put it to the spot where you, because I'm almost done.
right?
Delicious.
Yeah.
Somehow it's
Stick
not
your,
as
stick your finger in it, Dan.
Just
how
dip
about
a
I don't?
finger. How about you
Dip
dip
a finger.
What if I
Here,
didn't?
just take the lurg off the bottom.
Here. I'll get a.
Yeah, get yourself a
all
finger
of those little
full.
things that are not blended are because I put colostrum in the end and I forgot. Just put your finger
Just
in it. I'm not
Serene,
scared of your finger.
Serene loves germs.
waterfall
Every germ is a blessing to her.
There you go.
That's a good amount.
Yeah, you're getting all my calories there.
Oh, cry about it.
Isn't that great?
That's really good.
Yeah.
What can I wipe?
Yeah,
it?
you
Speak
can
into
wipe
the mic, Denny. It's tart but tropical, right?
That's really good. I would
Yeah.
I would buy that at a smoothie place.
I
And-
could have a fat smoothie store.
and it's like crazy.
Just
healthy.
call it fat smoothie. Gains of fat.
fat smoothie.
Do you know why I was having a
So
bad
all your
day?
teenage boys or mothers who are listening and you have teenage boys that are trying to gain, or teenage girls that are a little on the skinny side, or girls that are working out and you don't want them to shred, tell them about the smoothie.
Mexicans
Oh, baobab. Have baobab in here too.
Mexicans don't they don't listen to anybody till they're like 40 and suffering.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of that is a
There's
lot of
hope for you,
weighties too. Hey,
Yeah.
you said
You should have written it down on paper.
Where's your pad?
anyway. All I know what I was going to say, which was better than
Yeah.
what you said. I was having a bad day because
Oh, I was praying in tongues for Pearl last night.
oh, you good praying. Hey, we just lost another couple of
I believe in
tens
good
of
old tongue
thousands.
praying.
Yeah, Serena and I,
Yeah.
Not
we
just
differ
tongue
on the
kissing.
religions. Oh my. Okay, there's another 1,000 gone.
Good.
And another one's gone. And another one's
Another
gone.
one bites the dust.
All right. Anyway, I was having a bad day because, as some of you know, Serena and I got stem cell fat grafting
send us
procedures.
some more messages.
Send us some more hate mail about that, please. But anyway, Serene and I were recovering well. And honestly, in the first 3 weeks today, in the first couple of weeks, I was insecure because I could tell I looked a little tight and off and stiff.
Well, it takes 6 months to settle.
Exactly, but I was a little insecure about it.
And that's when you all private message us. Thank you very much.
No, it's so many kind comments too.
Yeah.
It's just the mean one stuck out a little. But I was just the last couple of days, I'm looking in the mirror thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not looking as weird. I'm kind of coming back to myself. And a sweet, dear friend came over and she's like, girls, you got new baby skin. I just want to bless you. And she works for this whole natural product line and their stuff is incredible. And she's like, I'm gifting this to you so you can take care of
And
you.
it is incredible stuff, by the way. Amazing.
Your new baby skin, as a gift. Pamper yourself. So I lined them all up Sunday night. And I put them all on, and there was this serum with vitamin C in it. And I was like, why is this stinging so much? But I'm just like, I'm doing what I'm told. I'm doing it. The next morning, my skin was like, rough. I didn't know what had happened. And then today I woke up. I have applied like 10 layers of makeup. I got quite a burn. It's a vitamin C
got 2
burn.
or 3 places of like deep burn.
And over here. But anyway, I was just like, just when I was feeling good. Is this my punishment, Lord? Because I'm vain, like they say. No. Anyway, but it shall go. But I was in a bit of a mood about it,
Yeah, I would have been in a mood because I'm like, after all the pain that we went through for this to happen to Pearl, God, take this cup.
But then my husband called and he's like, the doctor just told me my aorta is improving. I'm like, who cares about a little vitamin C burn, Pearl?
It wasn't little though, by the
I
way.
thought you were going to say, who cares about your aorta?
I know. I care about the aorta.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's dig into the meat.
The meat! When we really get down to business. But don't hate us for the rabbit trails.
Oh, yes.
I said to Serene on the phone this morning, I'm like, I know we've shared this in different ways, but I just want to bring it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to hear things over and over, and I want to bring it in a different way because there's some new info out.
Yeah, there is.
We've talked about insulin resistance and how carbs have been so blamed for insulin resistance. And people are wearing glucose monitors. Look, nothing against glucose monitors. If they help you get balanced and reverse your insulin resistance, I'm for them. If they take away healthy foods that could actually help your insulin resistance more and you become so stripped of good foods that you think you're doing better on blood glucose monitor, but in the other sense, you're actually losing muscle, which furthers your insulin resistance, then I'm not for them. Okay, so carbs have been like women, especially in midlife, men too, they find out from their doctor or they just guess, they stop having a healthy metabolism. They're like, I'm insulin resistant. I've been told I'm insulin resistant. First thing, remove carbs. Intermittent fast. Carbs are your cause. And guess what?
Oh, my goodness.
They remove carbs and their blood sugar goes down.
Yeah, they feel it's...
Insulin goes down and the doctor says, well done. You're doing great. Serene, could you share the truth of what's happening? And then
Insulin activity may have gone down. Blood glucose levels may have gone down. That's no great healing. It's just you're not putting any in. You're not testing the system. But insulin resistance has gone up. Why? Because your muscles are wasting. When you do not have adequate complex carbohydrates, you cannot, and when you're not having adequate meals with like intermittent fasting, you cannot nurture and support your muscle tissue. And muscle tissue is your metabolism, right? And so also these kind of ways of eating promote the intramuscular fat, which is what we're going to talk about.
we're going to talk about marbling of fat today and how that's
But
the real...
Was I explaining it the way you wanted me to?
Yes, and I wanted you to talk about, like, you mentioned it in passing. I wanted you to talk about the math test.
All right.
Removing carbs is like a math test where there are absolutely no hard questions. It's 1 + 1. What does 1 + 1 equal?
Right.
2.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah, you are no longer insulin resistant. It's testing your blood glucose without glucose.
Yes. It's like, hey, we're going to climb a mountain. Oh, here's a little anthill.
Yeah.
I'm lost still.
Okay, so Danny, blood sugar. Let's say you're insulin resistant, you're pre-diabetic, you're almost type 2 diabetic, and your fasting blood sugar after a meal gets up to, I don't know, over 200, or you wake in the morning and your fasting blood sugar is like 120. Well, it shouldn't be. It should be in the 80s. And then your fasting blood sugar after a meal shouldn't go much higher than 120. Okay, so you start removing carbs. Well, your body is not having to process those carbs, so down goes blood sugar. You might remove carbs for like 3 weeks and go on a keto diet, maybe carnivore. Well, there's no blood sugar, so you got no blood sugar in your system. So you might wait. You have a meal
No
of
teenagers in the house.
Yeah.
Peace. But it doesn't mean that chaos is going to resume as soon as they come back in.
Yeah. So you're going to spend a life without carbs? Well, yeah, that might look good on paper, but it's actually doing some bad things to you.
What's it doing bad?
Well, as Serene said, carbs are anabolic. To build adequate muscle tissue, you have to have carbs. And carbs also are plants. Anything that is a carb comes from a plant food, especially a healthy carb. We're not talking about processed carbs here. And they actually clean the marbled fat out of your muscle, and that's the name of this Poddy. It's not carbs, it's your marbling of your fat.
Is marbled muscle weaker muscle?
Yes. It cannot exert the same amount of strength. In fact, you can't build adequately a marbled muscle. Marbled muscle looks like Wagyu beef.
Yeah. And so
it's just look, when our grass-fed deer, venison, or our grass-fed cattle, Pearl, that we have here on the farm, that muscle tissue, that's tough meat.
It's lean and dense.
It's and it's incredibly healthy. But that Wagyu beef in a cow, that's not a very healthy. Yeah.
And they remove the protein from their diet, so they give them grains without protein so that they get more marbling, and that's something else that affects marbling, lack of protein. But Serena and I talked about this in our Trim Healthy Wisdom book, but there's been some new information. I want to bring it in a different light to say, once again, it's not carbs, it's the marbling of your muscle that causes insulin resistance, okay? So, and that we have women saying, Pearl, I know what you're saying. I heard you say I need carbs, but I just react to them. And to this, we're going to talk about today. Give yourself time, but don't overreact to that spike on the monitor.
Because skeletal muscle, it is actually the most important organ of the whole body for glucose homeostasis, for glucose metabolism. Muscle, skeletal muscle. And so we have to remove that intramuscular fat. We have to scrub them out with plants. We have to fill them with high quality proteins so that we can have muscle that can take care of blood glucose. Intramuscular fatty marbled muscle, that actually can only burn 50% of the sugar, like store 50% of the body's glucose of a regular cleaned out muscle.
Yeah. So I was doing a little more research this morning, and I found a new study that wasn't around, Serene, when we wrote our Trim Healthy Wisdom book. It's July 2025, so it's very recent, which I'm going to bring. But first of all, I was just, doing some AI work, and AI takes what's the latest and kind of gives you some things. So I'm like, are carbs responsible for insulin resistance? And so let me just... and AI goes and scrubs the internet for me. You don't have to believe everything AI says, but I wanted the latest info, please.
Yes.
And here's what it said. Healthy carbs, such as whole grains, oats, brown rice, quinoa, fruit and beans, are not, did you hear that? The cause of insulin resistance. In fact, they are protective against it due to their fiber content, which slows down digestion and helps stabilize blood sugar. The primary factors often to blame for insulin resistance are excessive energy intake and obesity. That means too many calories. But we'll get into that. But it says, particularly from diets high in processed foods, it's the refined grains and unhealthy fats rather than whole, fiber-rich carbohydrates. So it's true that eating refined carbs is one of the causes of insulin trouble. But just blaming carbs is missing the whole point. Fixating on carbs is easier, right? It's just blaming someone, but it's not the whole story, and it's not going to get you long-term results. For one thing, and we talked about this in our book, people in and I'll take these glasses off, they're attached by tape right now.
Just in case you think if Pearl is not in your realm and can't represent well.
No one's watching our Poddy that hates me right now,
Okay,
Serene.
well,
They're all cold.
She tapes her glasses together because she doesn't want to buy a new pair.
People like in the blue zones, their diets are rich in carbs, and we talked about the Okinawan's, right? They're an obvious example.
They love their sweet potatoes. Right?
They love their sweet potatoes. And I looked at one article that talked about there is research, and this is where people go wrong, that found that low carb diets were better for insulin resistance than low fat. But when you go to those actual research studies, do you know what they considered a low carb diet? Around 40% carbohydrate. And to get that, you have to eat a big sweet potato at every single meal.
Which none of us do.
Which would not qualify to be a low carb diet. Then.
No, not at
Plenty
all.
of carbs.
Because nothing like keto.
Think of the ancient tribes. Think of
they're
some of those
Sorry, they're just comparing it to modern
tribes
Western
around the
diets.
world or blue zones like Pearl is talking about. Their diet consists of mostly carbs. So a low to moderate carbohydrate diet is still very high in carbs for those.
Yes, actually the Okinawans ate either between 60 to 85% of their diet is sweet potatoes. Now, we don't want to do that because we want to include some really good protein for lean muscle as we age.
Okinawa, is that Hawaii?
Japan.
It's a little island off Japan that was isolated.
Delete that.
No,
that
keep it in.
display of
Just
ignorance.
keep it in.
That American white display. Am I white?
No, you're only white when you want to be. When you're Hispanic, you want to be.
You've got that great color skin. You can choose whatever you want to be.
Odale.
Whatever's politically being blessed.
Whatever serves me at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ethnically ambiguous.
Yes.
So, so I did some more research. Okay, if it's not carbs, are Serena and I out there on a limb, people? Are we like the only ones saying carbs don't cause insulin resistance, or is there solid research?
There's solid research.
Journal of Nutrition article.
Oh, you used your authority voice.
The role of carbohydrates in insulin resistance,
Okay.
people. Let me quote while I put on my tape glasses.
Yeah, no, I felt the gravitas really land.
Available data support the idea that consumption of diets high in total carbohydrate does not adversely affect insulin sensitivity. Animal data suggests that simple sugars, in particular fructose, which many people freak out, has adverse effects on insulin action, but only in animals. This has never been shown conclusively in humans.
Interesting.
Increased intake of dietary fiber appears to improve insulin action and protect against the development of diabetes. Now, this is Pearl talking. Now, hear what it says. The article goes on to say, and I continue, intramuscular fat, and that's what we're talking about today, or muscle marbling, contributes to insulin resistance by accumulating lipid intermediates, and these are diacylglyceramides and acetylcarnitines that impair insulin signaling within the muscle cells. And then a new study, and this is the one I was talking about in July 2025, it's called Unraveling Skeletal Muscle and Insulin Resistance.
Serene, read your yellow pad.
Stop saying yeah.
But you were saying, But guess what? I liked it.
I kind of liked it too.
I
Because I
liked
was
it because
agreeing
I'm the
with you.
speaker. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jordan Rubin would like
A little bit of an amen crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan,
I should just get my hanky and just.
You're doing it because you're a pastor's kid, you know? We learned.
Oh, we were trained. Front row seat. Amen. Brother. Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
you know, Joe
Hallelujah.
Rogan does that now.
Does
He's
he?
picked up on gospel culture.
Yeah, he
Has
does.
he?
I've noticed somebody will say something sort of enlightening and he'll go, Maybe that's not gospel culture.
Oh, it's so gospel culture.
I thought it was.
Oh, yeah.
We used to say that.
Are you looking for your next
No,
thing? 'Cause if you
I
want, I
want to
can
say
interrupt.
this new study has found that intramuscular fat, and we're going to explain exactly what that is, but I like to call it marbling of muscle because you can
Yeah.
picture it.
That's a good way
like
to
the
put
Wagyu
it.
steak,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Is more closely associated with insulin resistance than even intrahepatic fat,
Yeah.
which fat is the liver fat.
Yeah.
And people are so worried about the liver, you know.
Fatty
I have
liver.
Fatty liver.
That's a thing.
Well, actually,
muscles
fatty,
are worse.
fatty liver has its problems. Yeah, we want you to get rid of that too. But fatty muscles, no one's talking about them.
It's true.
And they're worse.
people are walking around with fat in their muscle.
Okay.
Would you feel it?
Well, I'm going to tell you, sarcopenia, and that's when your muscles just atrophy. We all get it after 30.
Mm-hmm.
It refers to the phenomenon that the quality and function and quality, we're talking about here, quality of muscle, decrease with our age. I just love it so much because I'm the speaker. Jordan must have loved you that day.
You go down too. I can harmonize.
Really?
Yeah,
we
okay.
could-
And sarcopenia is an important factor leading to disability, death, and other diseases.
Yes.
Serena, I want you to chime in here about what you read today.
Well,
about,
but it just
sarcopenia.
marbled muscle actually produces inflammatory molecules called adipokines, and they actually cause the breakdown of muscle. And they're so inflammatory to the body that those with rheumatoid arthritis, their rheumatoid arthritis actually becomes on basically it raises in a very dangerous way, like their disease is more advanced the more marbled muscle they have. And the more marbled muscle they have, the more it advances. So it's like a cat chasing its tail. So that if you're having rheumatoid arthritis, it means you're going to get more marbled muscle. More marbled muscle means it's going to extend that. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's
in
like
a
carousel
circle.
of death.
Right. And it's interesting because just to kind of like cheerlead onto what you're saying, skeletal muscle, like I said, is the most important muscle, the most important organ, I should say, for the whole body glucose homeostasis, and is responsible for approximately 80% of insulin-stimulated whole body glucose uptake. 80%. So if you have marbled Wagyu beef muscles, I mean, you are so, what do you call it when you have a
Higher
handicap?
risk,
You're
yeah.
so handicapped.
And and we're talking about the kind of the pitfalls and the negatives of it. Don't worry, we're going to tell you how to get rid of it.
Insulin resistant in skeletal muscle is the major defect in type 2 diabetes and is therefore central to systemic insulin resistance in type 2 diabetes. So what we should be worrying if we have type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance is how to scrub our muscles clean of this intramuscular fat, which involves complex carbohydrates.
I'm going back to this.
And vegetables, right?
Yeah.
Those are complex
Thank you, Danny.
carbohydrates.
We're
But
gonna
that
talk
is a
about that at the
complex
end.
carb.
Yeah. I'm going to read from this article again. Recently, the prevalence of sarcopenia, which means muscle wastage, has increased considerably, posing a threat to health worldwide. Several studies have shown that insulin resistance may be an important mechanism in the pathogenesis of induced muscle attenuation, meaning this problem. And that conversely, sarcopenia, like you said, leads to insulin resistance. So did I read that already? I might have. So then it goes into all this sciencey stuff that I wrote down thinking I'd read it, but really it's quite full of words like inhibit protein hydrolysis and intracellular lipid deposition and all of that. Basically, it's saying that when you have this marbling of muscle, it inhibits the blood vessels in your muscle so that you want something called protein synthesis. So that when your body receives fuel, these little blood vessels take up the insulin and use it for the health of your body. But when the fat's in there, when there's marbling in there, these vessels are
They're choked.
They're choked.
So
Thank you,
it's
Serene.
so it's like is an accurate picture like clogged arteries?
It's kind of like clogged arteries, yeah, but it's in the
It's
muscle.
clogging of the muscle and the
it's
blood flow
clogging.
to the muscle.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
would be
that.
that would be clogged arteries.
Yeah.
Interesting little side note. It's a little bit of a rabbit trail, but interesting. If those people, if you have maybe a teenage daughter who's listening and she's hearing all this about intramuscular fat and then she gets all of a sudden kind of fat adverse, like, ooh, fat dangerous. I just want to eat hardly any amounts of dietary fat and I just want to go exercise crazy and I want to be lean. They actually say that those who have been anorexic and then have to like gain back their health and put on weight after anorexia, it's a very vulnerable state to growing the IMAT, intramuscular adipose tissue inside the muscle.
I would say that's because there is very little muscle left, right?
Yes, and also because the body is desperate for fat in any way, and it just really shoves it everywhere.
Okay.
And so that can be, if you're saying, I want to do this kind of way of life so I don't get all of this, you could actually get yourself more involved in an IMAT situation.
It's true. So what causes it? Well, there's that, but that's an extreme.
Yes.
What causes it is general aging. After 30, we all start losing muscle. After 40, it increases. For peri and postmenopausal women, they're at the greatest risk, okay? Yeah. And so there is that.
But sedentary living.
Yes, sedentary living.
They say one of the big, like we've talked about scrubbing muscles. We've talked about having those complex carbohydrates. We talk about eating a lot of high quality protein, but resistance training helps get rid of that intramuscular marbling.
And and we'll talk about that too. But there is diet, and it's huge, and that's why this is increasing worldwide. Because the facts are, there's no way around it. Processed carbs, like sugar, especially sugar, increase fat. You're like, but sugar's sugar. How does it increase fat? Sugar increases triglycerides in your blood, which is fat in your blood. And it's stored where? In your muscles, and processed carbs and processed fats.
So we've gone on a little rabbit trail for the teenage girls. Here's a little rabbit trail for your teenage boys.
Okay.
Dirty bulking with these spiking carbohydrates is actually injuring your muscles, because it is putting intramuscular fat. And even though you're exercising and you're in the gym, be careful with the types of food that you're trying to bulk with, because it does injure the muscle. And when you're putting intramuscular fat in there, it actually stops the bulk.
That's interesting, Serena. I like that. And I like, the fact that you have been doing so much. You did weight training. You got a lot of lean body mass, and that kind of stripped the fat off you. And now you're like, okay, I got to get some more fat on. But you're doing it so healthfully. Like there was nothing dirty in your weight gain
see,
smoothie.
I'm not spiking my insulin with this, because I had enough of the healthy fat to counteract for all those goji berries and raw pineapple and raw milk, because I had those healthy fats. Fats tend to delay that sugar rise into your system, which slows down the spike.
So what do you got, Danny? How does this marbling occur, or you clogging as you call it? It's age. So all of us are affected at some point. It is diet. It is modern diet. It is lack of exercise. And in some cases, like Serene said, it can be from being extremely underweight or dirty bulking. But how do we get rid of it? And, we talked a lot about this in our wisdom book. But really, there are three ways.
Weight train.
What's that?
Weight train is one.
Yes, but it's
Build,
three P's,
Yeah.
right? So plants. Plants scrub the intramuscular fat out. So we have to have a diet high in plants. And by jingos, we are not saying we don't eat our meat.
No.
Because we are meat-loving
vegans.
We have the best of all these worlds.
We eat enough plants that we look like vegans, but we eat enough meat that we look like
I don't want to look
carnivore.
like my vegan previous self, Serene.
No. I meant look like our diet.
Oh, the fat?
No.
The fat under...
We eat enough
One
plants that
one
we
would
look
say.
like one would say.
That
Oh,
they're
it's
vegans.
just such a terrible
Okay, we
analogy.
eat. It's a great
'Cause I've
analogy.
been a vegan.
It's a better way.
Vegan.
There's a better way of saying it. What I was trying to say is we eat so many plants that one would say you must be a vegan when they look in our
got it.
fridge.
Got it.
But then we eat enough meat and animal products that one would look in our fridge and say, "You carnivore."
Are you happy
Yes,
now with
I love it. And when we say plants, let's just not think that we're talking about the leafies, right? Leafy scrub, but so do plants like sweet potatoes. Oh yeah. So do your whole grains. So do your fermented grains.
Talking about whole grains, I love pulses too. I put them.
Yeah,
in
so do your beans.
I love red lentil pasta.
Ooh, I love it.
I thought I'd never do pasta again because I didn't really love cognac in the end because it didn't have enough calories for me.
Right, yeah.
But that red lentil penny pasta is delicious for me. I love it.
So good. I love it with a cottage cheese sauce. It's creamy.
Do you still have a cognac product in your store?
We don't anymore because we were just having a lot of trouble getting it when all the shipping things occurred in 2020.
Stuck in the shipping containers.
I could
and it froze. And
I thought of a product that
Yeah.
would fly off the shelf.
Yeah.
It's called Cognac West. And-
Kanye West.
And it's
That's
you
hilarious.
put kind of like rapper culture kind of packaging, but it's healthy.
You'd have to. Oh, you don't even have to use his likeness. He doesn't have to receive anything off that. You would just.
Oh no, because his name's we won't say his name.
That's right. I already did. Okay, so The three
So we've
threes.
done plants. The next one, please.
Protein.
Drum roll. Protein. And the next one.
Well, let's
power.
talk about protein real quick.
Yeah, thanks.
Because without protein, your muscles have no hope. They
Yeah.
can't build.
Yeah.
They can't
Yeah.
restore. They can't do something called protein synthesis, where your blood sugar actually goes to where it needs to be, rather
you
than
need
sits
those
in your
amino
bloodstream.
acids coming in, or you're just going to break down your muscles.
Yeah.
Now,
My-
here's what
find
I want
amino
to
acids
say.
for
There's a
everything your body
little
needs.
trick we talked about in our wisdom book.
Yes.
If you have stubborn fat, that's not. Our Trim Healthy plan works beautifully for 85% of people. Those with very stubborn fat, if you do a lot of fatty protein at the same time, or in your life as well as get all these good healthy carbs in, the fat can kind of prevent the protein and the plants to do their work.
Yeah.
Just because you have a sluggish
It's
metabolism.
just too much at the party.
So, hey, there's still a place for fatty protein. I love my fatty protein. But if you have really, really stubborn fat, concentrate on lean protein for the majority of your time.
But does fat put fat on your body?
No.
No, fat doesn't put fat on your body.
No.
And
Okay.
especially wonderful fats.
But we're just talking about people highly metabolically compromised. Their body just needs to be given a break.
And for a
For a little
while,
bit.
as you focus on lean meats and lean dairies, cultured dairies, and things like that, and do the next P that we're going to talk about, which is power. After a time, I promise you're going to be able to restore more of those fatty proteins.
yes.
You're going to be able to eat the full fat kefir and the chicken wings and the bacon, but don't go crazy on them right now.
Okay, talking about power, the third powerful P. You know, Pearl was saying, what are some of the reasons why we get, the sarcopenia, why we get this muscle marbling after the age of 30 and beyond? As we get older, everyone is going to have to fight against muscle marbling. Why? It's because of the sarcopenia. It's because that our muscles shrink and our muscles break down, and they just are more susceptible to this intramuscular marbling because we're not, usually as we age, we're not really taking up the habit of getting into the gym.
Yeah. And for new peeps in the room, that's just Serene's word for strengthening her muscles. She calls it getting into the gym. She has a home gym. But it doesn't mean you have to attend a local gym and pay the
I would never attend
money.
a local
No,
gym.
I can't imagine that with all the knowledge out today that there are people. I know the older generation is kind of like they're not on the internet, but anybody, I mean, under 60, obviously everyone should be working out to some degree, but if you're like, under 60, like I know what it's like to go a week without working out, and I become a pathetic man,
In all areas of your life?
just in all areas of my life. Physically speaking, though, to take the trash out, I mean, I can't, like, I know what it's like to kind of like out to the trash can, and it's just like that's on a week of just, I just feel the difficulty of struggling with like the daily chores of life.
Mm-hmm.
I can take my 12-year-old daughter by the knees and grab her by the knees and just lift her straight up into the air.
Oh, yeah.
And she talks, she's like, Dad, you're strong now. Like she talks about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not like an example of a bodybuilder. I'm not a coach here. I'm just like a normal dude who's not getting like exotically ripped, but is just staying
But you're
strong.
not staying. No, I'm sorry. You're not staying strong. You're growing strong.
Yeah, you
Because
are.
you're not going in the other direction, the trajectory that
That
most people are
sarcopenia you're
after
talking
40.
about.
You're not, Danny. You're going the other way slowly. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
I see such huge differences in you from when you sat here 7 years ago to now.
I reckon
and
you're
you're 7 years
medium plus,
older.
Dan, now.
You're
Yeah.
7 years older and you're healthier. So don't tell
This
me.
is a medium shirt and
Yeah, it's looking tight.
might need a large.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
don't tell me that, you're not gaining or whatever. You're on a positive trajectory.
Oh, yes.
For
yeah.
sure.
Otherwise, this is what would have been happening to you without the protein and the healthy carbohydrates and the power. You would be sitting here more wizened in your other places, like your shoulders, arms, and you'd have the little gut.
Wizened.
Can I just kind of like crisp up my point? Because I don't think I
Please.
explained it clear enough.
It's your podcast?
The reason why power is so important, the third P, getting in the gym, like Pearl said, just lifting weights, using resistance training, is because the reason why we don't want muscle marbling is because it's the major cause for insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is now a fact of getting old in America. You know, in our Western society, getting old, you get more insulin resistant. And the point is because your muscles are shrinking and they cannot be nice, open, hungry mouths for blood glucose. And your muscles are shrinking, and then your muscles are being choked by muscle marbling. So shrinkage, and then that greater vulnerability to muscle marbling is why aging promotes insulin sensitivity. So get in the gym. And
no, aging promotes insulin insensitivity.
That's right, insensitivity, resistance.
I also noticed.
So get in the gym and lift weights and scrub those muscles with plants and put in that protein. And as you age, you won't have this problem.
So my wife will sometimes just like lean, like we're standing up, she'll lean on me.
Yeah.
And before I was kind of sort of staying consistent with weights in my garage, I would put a foot back
Yeah.
and brace, kind of like I was a weakling. And I can only imagine what that did to her subconsciously. She would never comment out loud, but subconsciously, you know, she comes from Norwegian Viking heritage.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
You know, Chris Helmsworth exists, people, and she might see him in a film or something.
It's always Chris Helmsworth for Danny.
You know, and well, because that's her type.
Ah.
You know, and so here I am, you know, a fencer. I can fence. I come from a fencing community.
Yes.
So I find that
Hello, my name is Antonio Dona. You killed my father. You're him.
Prepared.
I'm him. But I notice with staying consistent, when she leans, do I take a step back?
No, man.
No.
You're a rock
I
steady
stay.
man.
And I feel the difference. I feel what it feels like. And she behaves differently in that moment when she leans forward.
Subconsciously, she's trusting you
She
more.
trusts more.
Yeah.
She trusts more. She leans in more. Her head now hits the upright
pec.
chest
The pec.
that has been brought up with the not just the flat bench, but the incline bench.
Yes.
You must work the upper pectorals.
Yes.
And these things are subtle, but they transfer in all sorts of areas we won't mention.
They do, Dan.
Do you know I miss the gym?
Oh,
Pearl
yes.
and I have to be out of the gym right now in our recovery.
Yes,
Oh, my
recovery
goodness.
from our that naughty stem cell face grafting we did. Hey,
Yeah.
I do want to say, so now if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're hearing Serene and Danny talk about inclines and gym and stuff, listen, if you're starting, it doesn't have to be super overwhelming. Just start with 10 to 15 minutes. If you go to our membership site, I'm not trying to sell it to you because I don't care.
No, talk about it.
I just want you to have a resource, and we have beginner strength training series
Hey,
there
go
led by
find somebody
Serene.
else's beginner.
We have 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but just make
You
sure
don't
that
want
you're
ours?
starting to lift heavy.
Or hey, how about use the wall as balance?
Yeah.
Keep your back straight and squat down with just your body weight.
How about you do that?
That hurts.
It hurts.
If you haven't done that and you're like over 30 and you haven't done that since you were a
Yeah.
child, your knees are going to feel just the literal squat. You know, people as they get older, they start to bend fully over to pick something up,
yeah,
butt
rather
in the
than
air,
the squat. Yeah.
rather than to
butt
do the
in
work to do
air.
the squat.
Yeah.
And it's just like, do it, man.
Yeah, but you see, if I don't follow a routine, like I actually work out to myself on our membership site. It's so weird, but Pearl keeps
Hi,
Pearl
Pearl.
going.
Hi, Pearl.
You
Pearl,
watch a-
yeah, hi Pearl, I'm doing your workout today. She keeps me going because I'm not someone who gets in the gym typically and just is motivated by myself like Serena is. I need to follow someone. And since Pearl
Myself would annoy
likes the
me.
exercise,
I don't
Pearl
like
does.
anyone with me, and if I had my own self on a screen, it
Yeah.
should be too much for me.
Yeah, I tend to
Yeah,
annoy
too much.
myself.
I do want to say though, and so what have we got here? We're saying to you, don't take carbs out of the equation, but you're like, oh, I gain weight when I eat carbs. Well, hey, do we have a plan for you? It's called Trim Healthy Mum, and you see in our community we call them S meals and E meals and crossovers, and they take carbs and fats and they put them into your body so that you can burn them.
And we also make a difference between carbohydrates. We don't demonize all carbohydrates and say, yeah, if you have a hard time, you know, as you're aging with your blood sugar, just get rid of all carbs. No, you get rid of the dumb ones.
Yeah.
The spiking, refined Western society crap
And what are they?
ones.
Well, you know, there's sugar, but
Your
it's
white
also
noodles
white,
and your white
anything
crackers
white.
and your white bread. I don't care if it says sourdough. It's white. It's junk.
Hey guys, and now I want to end with something that can
Can I just have a rant before you end?
Yeah, bad cop yourself.
I don't care if it says organic, artisan, fermented 36 hours sourdough. Yeah, it's better than the powder puff Wonder Bread. But it's not what it's still gonna do stupid stuff to your bloodstream.
Yes, it is. Okay, but hey, bad cop,
It's sour. It's a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better.
But it ain't got no fiber.
Right. It's not the best, but it is an entrance drug. Like my husband, Mr. Straight Pants.
Yeah, but Pearl, he's a man with wiry muscles. He's never had an obesity issue.
No, that's true. Okay, he brings home this stuff from Walmart called sourdough bread. It's barely sour and it's white, and he gives me the biggest grin. Like, I'm obeying your rules, and I don't even want to say anything because it's the cutest.
And you shouldn't, because it's so cute, and the cuteness is going to bless him. But guess what? You guys are listening to this potty because you want information.
He hates this potty, by the way.
And yeah, he's never listened once.
No. If he'd listen, maybe he'd like it. No, the reason
if my husband listened, we might be divorced. We'd never get divorced. Just because I love his guts. Okay. But anyway, I do want to say that the white sourdough bread isn't the real thing we're talking about, people. I really wanted to crisp up that point. It's not going to do you any favors. So JD, it's not going to do you any favors. I saw that sandwich the other day, that ham and cheese on white.
Hey, whole grain, sourdough, and whole grain sprouted are your choices on Trim Healthy, and that opens up a whole world. Do want to end with this, and I don't care what they say. I know I'm right. Okay, so
is that a song, or it just came out of?
It's a song.
Pentecostal Pearls.
It's I don't care what they say. I'm in love with you.
Yeah. Okay, I know.
It's a good 1980s song, right?
No. But I love the adaptation.
Was it 1980s, 1990s?
No, I don't know.
It's not modern.
Years ago. It's probably like 5 years ago. I don't even know who.
I remember it on the Gold Coast of Australia. I love that.
That's
modern.
Yeah,
no, that's modern. That's from these times.
Who is it, JD?
Keep falling, I keep falling, I keep falling.
No,
Mariah Carey?
No one ever wants to listen to this potty now. We're just
all right, but I'm going to end with something. I know there's a big stigma about the Wonder Shots.
I keep breathing.
You keep breathing.
Okay, that's it.
About the Wonder Shots, GLP-1, Ozempic, and all that. But I'm just saying, these, especially microdosing, and now the benefits of that are clearly established in the community, and the whole stigma's gone away, and many, many healthy, crunchy people are microdosing.
Nothing to do with weight loss.
No, incretin hormones. They're doing it because it lowers inflammation in the body, and it protects the brain, and all these different things. And I've delved into microdosing these myself, not for fat loss because I don't want that, but for the benefits of my body. I do want to say, though, these peptides are very, very skillful at going into muscles and getting out that marbling. They go into the liver and get it out. That's why they turn fatty liver around.
And that's why they're so anti-inflammatory. Remember my husband's inflammatory markers just
CRP1
slashed in his first month of semaglutide.
So I do want to say that they're not for everybody, and we're not sitting here saying you must take a GLP-1 because it's personal choice. But I am saying if you have a very tough case of stubborn fat loss, of insulin resistance, these may be a tool that could help your journey for some people. Was I clear enough?
No, I'm going to private message you and tell you that you're a peptide, like Pentecostal, like pushing people over in the peptide spirit.
Oh, yeah. Woo! I love it. Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. We love you.